Sigma presents Business to Government. In conversation with Glenn Micallef, EU Commissioner.
Commissioner Glenn Micallef, responsible for the portfolios of intergenerational fairness, youth, sport, and culture within the European Commission, promoting cultural diversity, promoting freedom of artistic expression, promoting the values that we stand for as a European Union with our stakeholders in our member states and across the European Union. Protection, empowerment, and participation, all these go hand in hand, and they are fundamental building blocks of our vision in the digital sector. When we look at the digital sector, it's a sector that is evolving really fast. It's presenting incredible opportunities for our citizens in the European Union, but it also poses serious risks. If we had to put things into a context, we have 1 in 6 adolescents who have experienced issues with cyberbullying affecting their well-being, affecting their mental health, their performance in school, but also their social interactions. Children today are suffering from digital addiction. It's a growing concern. And this has become a reality for many children. It's no longer an abstract issue. The way we approach it is in a way which is rooted from a child rights angle. Our response to these issues is going to be a robust EU action plan on cyberbullying. An action plan on cyberbullying through which we work with civil society, with researchers, with national authorities, and with academia, but most importantly, with industry and with young people themselves, through which we identify solutions that work and scale them up, and through which we foster greater collaboration between all these stakeholders to detect cases of cyberbullying and address them in a faster way. But beyond protection, we need education, we need empowerment, and we need support. Support that we already give through tools like Erasmus Plus and the European Solidarity Corps, but also support in equipping young people with the skills that they need. It's not enough to say that young people are increasingly online. We need them to be able to identify where there are risks, and we need them to be able to flag those risks and navigate these risks in a way that minimizes them. So digital literacy is going to be a crucial part of our efforts there. And then through our tools and programs like Erasmus Plus and Solidarity Corps, we will work on peer engagement, civic education as well, and creating digitally literate citizens in our society. Well, we have to work together. This will take a whole of society approach. We will need to bring all players around the same table to prevent cases of cyberbullying, to identify where in which member states we have solutions that have been delivering results and share these experiences with other member states, working with civil society to find which tools, for example, we have a network of safer internet centers across the European Union, which has been collecting information on educational campaigns implemented. So we have to see which tools have been developed and how we could scale them up. And then we have to see what alternatives we can offer to screen time. Alternatives like sport and improving cultural offers for our citizens. So this is one of the fastest growing digital but also creative sectors globally. It's entertainment, but it's also generating revenues. It's also creating millions of jobs across our continent, from coding to designers, writers, translators, and even musicians have been employed by this sector. So this is a sector which presents an opportunity for us as a continent, an opportunity that as policymakers we must look into and try to find ways of tapping into this potential. and also for Europe. If we want to stay competitive globally, these are sectors that we must be looking at. So we have to work on two fronts. First of all, investing in the skills which are needed for this industry to continue to grow in Europe. I'm speaking about creative skills, but also entrepreneurial skills, and also creating the right conditions, the right regulatory framework for this industry to continue to grow, to stay in Europe, to flourish and thrive, but also to continue to promote creativity and entrepreneurship in our continent. So, as I said in my earlier answer, uh, video games are entertainment, but they can also provide us with tools for education, for health, but also for engagement. It's proven in many instances that these sectors can support young people in being responsible, empowered, and creative digital citizens across our European Union. And in fact, as a European Union, we have been supporting already projects that encourage video game development in this field. If you look at Erasmus Plus, we have been supporting projects that encourage through video gaming uh, the use of these digital skills in gyms and in classrooms, maybe giving another opportunity to those people who are not interested in traditional sport to still engage in physical activity, which supports their physical well-being, but also their mental well-being. We have other projects that can be used as best practices of how video games can be used to create these citizens which are responsible, as I said, empowered, but also digitally literate, creative digitally literate citizens across our union.